Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is Lance Tomashiro, and I'm here with Robert Plank. We are super excited that you're here with us today because what we got for you is something that we've been working on now for a really long time. And, one of the problems that we see for a lot of marketers, especially people that are brand new or coming online, is that well, they go through all of the steps that they're told that they're supposed to do, but then they struggle with things like building authority in their niche. They struggle with things like building an email list, getting traffic, and that's if they conquer all of the technical issues. And so what we wanted to do was come up with a system that works every single time, no matter what your skill level is, no matter if you're an advanced marketer or just getting started, because traffic is built in, sales are built in, and the work that is involved in selling a product that is in high demand is just, well, literally minutes, if not seconds, once you get the system down and working. And so what we're going to share with you today is something very special. We got a lot of very cool demos. In fact, most of today's call is just going to be showing you the system, showing you exactly how it works, and making sure that you know how you can take what you're going to see and implement it and start making sales immediately, if not sooner. So there's a ton of you guys here today, and what I want you to do is I want you to find that question box and type in the word success, because that's what's going to happen for everybody on this call today. Is things are about to change. We're going to go from struggling and overwhelmed to actually making sales, to actually bringing in revenue, whether it's so that you can build your bigger business, whether it's so that you can buy that additional training, or if you literally want to start a complete business based around what we're going to share with you today, you're welcome to do that as well. So it looks like you all know where that question box is. You're all ready for success and something different. So help me welcome Robert Plank.
Awesome. Super glad and excited to be here, Mr. Lance Tomashiro. And we're going to show some really cool stuff today. And just as we were getting the call warmed up, I just kind of had this thought that, no one really invents anything super huge. If you think about like the first person who thought of, Windows, or the first person who thought of an iPhone, it wasn't like the same guy thought of a computer and a phone and a website and all in one. Everyone just took what was there and just built a better mousetrap and just inched it along that much better. And along those lines, just to bring it back to earth and make it apply just to you specifically, is if you're stuck with any kind of making money, it really helps to think back to what you need to do is help others along in their way, and not just in like a, well, I'm going to help people out for free kind of way. But if you think about it, if someone needs help making a website and you're the person who knows how to do that, then it makes it pretty simple for you, right? Because this is a proven thing and people are willing to pay money and people need to have their websites. And so if you can find people who are used to paying $5,000 all day long for their websites, and you can find a way to do it for them for $1,000 and do it better than the $5,000 version, then you're a lot further along, and it makes your job a lot easier. And so along those same lines, if you are finding people who need graphics, and pretty much everyone needs graphics, we'll show that today, then you can just be the person who provides that for them. Or maybe you particularly need these kinds of graphics and you can just click on the system we're going to show you and move it along the way. The way that I first got started online, and the very first time that I saw more than $1,000 in my PayPal account, is I would install plugins and scripts for people on their websites. And I would say, here's the button to pay me money to install this for you. It's $100, and I would go and do it. It would take me 5 minutes. I wouldn't tell them it took me 5 minutes, but I was 17 years old, got paid $100 over and over again for 5 minutes of, well, not really work, because when you say work, it sounds like you're digging a ditch. But for work, I would just click a couple of buttons, wait for this thing to finish, and then boom, that service I provided, which was just pushing a couple of buttons, was worth $100 to someone else who didn't know which button to push or things like that. Same deal with Mr. Lance Tomashiro, who introduced me. He first got started by installing people's affiliate program systems for them, because that requires a few steps and people don't want to waste a year figuring out how to do it. Or they don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars for someone else to do it, to maintain it for them. They just say, I want you to pay this guy Lance a one-time fee, a couple $100. Boom, it's done, it's finished. And so Lance just applies his template or his checklist to get it done. So there's something to be said about that kind of specialized knowledge. Is that, if you are digging a ditch, or if you're a janitor or something like that, then your hourly rate is set at a certain thing. But if you have a skill that very few people know how to do, well, then that is an area where you can get paid over and over again for something that is not a lot of work or effort for you, and in fact might be kind of fun for you. And so here's what I mean: is this is one of these times where it's perfect timing. So an email just came in literally about half an hour or an hour ago from this company called CreateSpace. And if you haven't heard of CreateSpace, this is a an Amazon company, as it says, where you can it's basically a print-on-demand service. You can upload your physical print book and then sell that over and over again. And they really make a lot of their money and their upsells in getting and having people create covers and graphics for others. So this email came in saying, well, you have your physical book. Well, how would you like to have a digital book? So there are all these opportunities in front of you. If, for example, you go on a site like Amazon and you go around and you find people who have books but don't have covers, or people who have the physical book but don't have the digital book, the Kindle book, or they have a digital book and they don't have a physical book, and so on, all you have to do is just go and search around and find where people are stuck, and then you can provide this kind of service. And so there's something to all this graphic stuff, because as we're going to show you today, there are these, and I'll just show you a little bit of this. Have you seen websites with things like this in the sidebar? Like Lance and I have products like, we have a product called Backup Creator, we have a product called Paper Template, and one of the things we do when we sell these products is that we have these graphics made, and then we give them to our affiliates so that other people can register to promote our products. They grab the images, the graphics, and then they just plop them onto their blog sidebar to get extra traffic to that. So I mean, there's a few things here, right? Because first of all, if you yourself sell digital products online, then you need to get some banners made to give to your affiliates. If you yourself are an affiliate who promotes products, well, then guess what? You can either, if you don't like the graphics they made, or more likely the products that you're promoting as an affiliate you don't have graphics for, so you can just whip up a really quick banner graphic for that kind of thing and then get extra sales that way. And if you're neither an affiliate marketer or a product owner, well, then you can, there's the third option here is to be a freelancer, and that means that you can approach people who are promoting affiliate, or who are either promoting affiliate products or selling products, and you make the banners for them. And so what I'm going to show you today is, even if you don't know anything about graphics, you don't know anything about how things are supposed to look, you don't have this program called Photoshop, you have no intention ever of either learning Photoshop or buying Photoshop, that's even better. But we're going to show you how to use the specialized knowledge and the special skill and these templates to make it all run really fast, whether you're an affiliate marketer, a product owner, or in between, or all the above, right? If you want to do this freelancing thing, or this product thing, or this affiliate thing, we're going to talk today about easy graphic income. Because what do you do if you have no website, no product, no list, no contacts, no nothing? Well, the easy answer is this thing called freelancing, right? And we've all heard about this thing called freelancing. And when I first got started, I probably delayed a few years, and maybe you can relate here, but I delayed a few years because I didn't want to work, so to speak, for $10 an hour, for $20 an hour, because I've heard about where there are these places called freelance sites, right? So this is a site here called Fiverr, and what you usually think of is, okay, well, I can sign up to be an article writer. And so this person here says, well, all right, so for $5, this person will write a 300-word article, which is about a page. So I'm thinking, well, geez, how long does it take me to eke out a page? Maybe an hour or two? Probably to be on the safe side, 2 or 3 hours if I'm a hut and peck typist, or if I have to, someone says, well, I want you to write articles on mesothelioma. I want you to write articles on brain cancer or whatever it is, and then so you're gonna have to get a measly $5. Oh, and guess what? this site takes a little bit of a cut, so you get $4, and you say, now I'm going to have to go to Wikipedia, I'm going to have to go and look at all these other books and do all this research, and then spend 2 hours writing an article. Congratulations, now you're working for about $2 an hour. So that it's definitely not really the way to go. But there is something to this idea of this Fiverr site has huge amounts of traffic. So if you can find some kind of a task that is fast for you and easy for you and fun for you, that is in really high demand, and that means you get sales coming in over and over again, well then how many of these different like services would you set up? And the cool thing about this is, okay, well on first glance, so there's this site called Fiverr, and looks like on the outside that everyone just gets paid $5, right? But here's the secret. And if I go and look at, this person right here on this job site called Fiverr, they will watch a bunch of YouTube videos of yours and things like that for $5. Well, at first glance, what I'm gonna a guarantee right here is they use some kind of software, so they literally push a button that views all these YouTube videos. But then if we go over on the right side here, this thing pops down. So for $20, they'll do 100 views and 100 likes and 100 subscribes and 10 comments. So I click on that, and suddenly now it's a $25 sale. So interesting, right? Is that this person either gets paid $5 to push a button, or they get paid $25 to push a button. And then this person they've made at least 100 sales since they set up just this one job of their many jobs. So they've already made, at the very minimum, almost $500, probably more likely a couple $1,000 because of this one little checkbox. So now we're kind of getting somewhere, right? I don't want to spend 2 hours writing an article for $2 an hour, but would I be okay pushing a button for $25 if I made a sale or two or three per day? If I had 5 or so different, these are called gigs like this set up, well now we're kind of getting somewhere, right? So it's easy to turn your nose up at that, but what if you made $100 per hour? What if you had something like that set up where you can just push a button, and then you let a few of the orders pile up, because you don't have to do things as soon as they come in. You can wait a week and wait until you have 10 or 20 of these, and then just spend your one single hour, and then now you've earned all the money that's come in. Okay, so this is a site called Fiverr.com, and when we just look around, it doesn't hurt to look and see what people are selling. So there's like, I don't really want to write articles or translate to a new language or transcribe stuff. That seems like a lot of work. Although, because of the upsells, it's definitely worth their while. So we look at this transcription thing, and so this person, they take 10 days so they can take their time, and they'll do 10 minutes in length. So usually if someone has like a 30-minute or a 1 hour audio, they say, okay, well I need $20 instead. So but the writing, unless you're like a person who loves to write, we don't really want that. The video, unless you're a real video head, we don't want that. Audio, unless you have special equipment, we don't want that. Programmer, no. So most of these categories are out, right? And then the marketing stuff, this is more like if you have whatever special software these people are using, like the YouTube person clicks a button, it adds views to YouTube videos. But then, kind of interesting how the very first category on this site called Fiverr is the graphic category, okay? And so this is kind of getting into that sweet spot where we don't have to be a college professor, we don't have to have a master's degree, we don't have to have all this software, but it's also not as tough as, say, writing, but it's also something that we could probably figure out, because, well, the thing about graphics is if you can use the right kind of templates or the right kind of software, you don't have to have that much skill, but it's just enough skill people are willing to pay for it, if that makes sense. So we have this graphic design. We don't want to do a cartoonist. Business card seems kind of boring. But then there's this banner ads. So we look at this. So if someone is looking to get banner ads created for their website, they'll go here. And if we hover over a few of these people, so this person who says, I will design a vintage banner, he's not only had a bunch of sales, but 971 people have reviewed him. So we know he's made at least that number of sales, definitely more than 900, but 900 people have reviewed him. So we know that even in the worst case scenario, that even if Nobody bought his upsells, which of course they would, but just the worst case, this guy has made $5 times 1,000. So he's made $5,000 just from plugging in a couple of templates and changing some words around. So what's really cool about this graphic stuff is, well, of course I'm going to go with some of these upsells, right? So I say for $5, he'll make a logo or a brochure or something. But of course, I want to have it quickly. But of course, I want to have a couple extra colors. And I mean, this just takes some 10 extra seconds. Of course, I want the layered version. And now we're kind of getting somewhere. Now he makes $35 for clicking a couple buttons as opposed to just $5. And we can look at all these different banner ads and things, and so many of these people have made, so some of them don't do that great, but the ones that are really killing it, they're killing it in a big way. So if I go and I look at, and if I can scroll over, if I search for banner ad, then what we're going to look at here is, so the ones that I'm really looking for are like these ones, like professional ones for websites. So I'm clicking on a guy who has 500 reviews. And if we look, I mean, they all kind of look pretty similar, right? If we look at these, he just has a couple different colors. Sometimes he has the guy on in the front with his arms folded. Learn more, couple of bullet points. I mean, literally, if this guy uses a template, this literally takes under a minute for him to just fill in the details because someone pays him money, tells him what to fill in, and he does very little thinking at all. And you say, okay, well, for $5, sure, I'll fill in a couple things on a graphic. But once again, for $5, well, of course, I don't want just the one. I want a couple different sizes. Of course, I want the layered one so that I can use it again. And of course, I don't want to wait too long because otherwise I'll have to wait 3 days. Cool, now I'm paying $45 for the guy to click a couple of buttons around. So there's something to that. So there's different jobs you can list yourself for making banners, making logos, and those are easy because that's just filling in a template. And then if we want to get even crazier, we can go and say, well, some of the other popular jobs people do is like removing a background. So check this out. People are actually, and 2,000 people have paid this person, and they just pay him $5. And this guy doesn't have any upsells. They pay him $5. They say, here's my graphic. And what he does is he opens up hit the graphic, takes out the little eraser tool, and just whittles away the outside graphic. Seems simple, seems silly, but 2,000 people have paid for this over and over because the average person just doesn't know how to do these kinds of things, okay? So there's something to this specialized knowledge that's pretty easy and pretty fun for you, but just scarce enough where people are willing to pay money. But now the problem is, well, what kind of software or what do I have to learn or figure out? And the cool thing is that there are a bunch of free graphics editing tools that don't require Photoshop, and there's one that doesn't even require you to install anything, and it's free, and you just use it in your web browser. Okay, and so as you can see, there's all those different kinds of things on that site called Fiverr, where if you just listed a couple of quick things, if you listed, I'll make a banner ad, I'll remove a backgrounds or things like that, then we could just have our listing, take advantage of the traffic on this job site. Someone clicks the button and pays us, and depending on what kind of upsells we have, then either it's $5 or it's $70 or whatever it ends up being. So we click on, someone says, okay, I need to get some banner ads created, and we'll go to this person right here. 200 people have paid them for banner ads. Whoops. And when Fiverr decides to let us through, then you can set up whatever the upsells there are. So in this person, we'll design a banner ad set. And so if I want to get it today, if I want them to adjust it later, if I want 3 different banner ad sets, and of course I want the layered versions of that, well then cool, now it's almost a $100 sale for a little bit of clicking around. And they have all week to do it, 5 days on average, and they already have 7 people that are waiting on them. So the cool thing about this job site like Fiverr is that as long as you deliver this before the deadline, you're okay. So this person said that they'll take 5 days to deliver this banner ad set, so they don't have to always be distracted. I mean, for all we know, maybe this person has a day job, or is a housewife, or is a stay-at-home dad, or whatever it is, or a college student or something. But they just let this gig sit on here, and they could provide multiple different things. Like maybe they also provide the background service or something like that, but they let this sit. They let 7 or 10 or more jobs pile up and just knock it all out in one focused 30-minute segment, and then collect their few hundreds of dollars. So there's something to that, to being able to just click and do whatever you want. But then going back to, okay, well, there is definitely a demand for this kind of service here, and it looks pretty easy to do it. Well, how do we do it? Well, this is a web page that I've made specifically for you today, and we call this a graphic dashboard, where basically we've taken all of the banners, and I'm adding more and more as we go along, the different banner ads that Lance and I use to promote our products. So I can just click on one of these, and this will just open up this special browser-based kind of Photoshop clone, which is free and has all of our banners all ready to go. And so I can just click on this, and as we can kind of see on the right side, there's these three items that need editing. And this says needs edit. We need to fill in the name of the product. Needs edit. We fill in the promise. Needs edit incentive. So we can just click on this. And if I'm promoting a product called paper template, I just fill that in. Now I need to put a promise right here, and I can say point and click to create your opt-in pages, sales letters, and more. And then we can say the final reason to click is installs in seconds. Okay, cool. Now we've just filled in this stuff. We can say file, save this graphic, and I will just save this to my, and I'll say this is my paper template banner, and boom, I'll just save this to my desktop. And now I have a just by clicking around a few different things, now I've just created this graphic without Photoshop, without having to know how to be a professional graphics person. I just clicked around and made this banner just very quickly like that, okay? And so what I want to show you right now is this thing called a 3-minute logo, because now that we have access to this really cool, this really easy online Photoshop knockoff, we can make any kind of graphic we want. And the cool thing about this too is, even like in most situations, even though there might be 50 or 100 different little buttons and tools to use, you probably only need like 3 or 4. So what I want to show you is, so basically when we have different kinds of graphics. So I'll bring up a web page here, right? So we might have a sales letter, and we'll have a logo, a graphic like this, okay? And at first glance you say, well, shoot, there's no way I could make anything like this, until you break it down the different pieces, right? And we just say, well, any kind of logo graphic we make, once again, either for our website or do this for someone else's website, you just happen to have some kind of an icon on the left, and then the title on the right, and sometimes like a tagline. Like if we look at something like our paper template web page or our backup creator web page, it's all pretty basic. And if I pause this video, right, there's an icon on the left, words on the right, sometimes a little bit of a tagline. Look at our backup creator plugin, there's an icon on the left, name of the product on the right, and a little bit of a tagline. But now that we're looking at this in little pieces, well, all we really have to do to make a halfway decent looking graphic is just have this cartoonish kind of icon. So that's one piece of it. Then we just have to have the text, and that's just a matter of finding a decent font that doesn't look too crappy. And then we just kind of adjust the sizes and maybe the colors too, but then we're pretty much done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to whip up a really quick logo here. I'm going to go to a site called iconfinder.com, and I'm going to search for an icon to make in our website logo. I'm going to grab a font, and Google Fonts has all the cool fonts you'd ever want. And then I'm going to make a new graphic using this free image editing tool. I'm going to match the colors. I'll put in the text for logo and the tagline. So my question is, who out there in the audience, can you give me the URL or the name of your website? And I want to make a logo for you right now just to show you how easy this is, just doing it in a couple of minutes. So as you guys go in the question box, you tell me the name of your product. What we're going to do is we're going to go to this site called iconfinder.com. And so someone's got like a constipation site, someone's got a mortgage site, someone's got a decision integration, not sure what that is. So let's do the mortgage thing, okay? So go to this icon finder, and sometimes I'll choose a just a generic thing. Like I might do like a gear, right? And we can plop some of this on our logo, or I might do like a rocket ship. Oops, not a rock. That's like rocket. So we might like grab something like this. So we kind of like something that kind of pops and has some bright colors. But if we do like a mortgage, I might search like house. Like I'm kind of scrolling around looking for ideas, and I kind of like the house, and I kind of like how there's the dollar sign in it too. But let me search, like I might search home, I might search realtor. But the first step is going to be just grabbing a logo that's appropriate here, right? So I'm searching, and there's like birdhouses and stuff. So I kind of like up near the top. I kind of like I kind of like this blue one, okay? And so now here's what we do: is on the when we're searching, we can say, well, I need this for commercial use since I'm going to use it for my site, and we can say I'm going to just grab a free one. And if we don't like the free ones, then we can go for the paid ones. So we first said, okay, well, I'm going to scroll through and get some kind of ideas, but now we're going to get realistic and uh, see if we can get a free one. And if not, we'll just have to pay a measly $1 for this. And if you get paid $20 to make a logo, then paying the $1 is just fine. So let me go back. Whoops, we don't want home improvement. So I'm going to search for home, and I mean, screw it. I'll just grab this one since I like this one so much. So there are a lot of free ones, but just for today, I'm going to get the $1 version of this graphic. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to grab this graphic. So here's what's happened: is now I own this graphic, and now I can use this on my logos and stuff. So I can right click, and I can copy image URL. Okay, so now I have the web address for this graphic, and I can just use it on the logo I'm about to create. So then I can go to our graphic dashboard members area, and I'm going to load this image editor right here. I'm going to make a new image, and I'm going to put in some numbers that you don't need to worry about right now. But I'm going to make my little play area, and I'll say edit, or no, where is it? I'm going to put in I'm going to say layer open image URL as layer, and then I'll just paste in this thing that I just bought. Whoops, it's not going to work. All right, I'll save the image, and I'll put it on my desktop. So then in this online editor, I can say file, open image, and then from my desktop, I'll just upload this thing right here. And then what I will do is I will select it, and I'll copy it, and I'll put it in my new logo area, paste that in. I'll resize it a little bit, so get that about the right size that we want. Okay, so like we said, all we need to do is, now that we have the icon, just put some text in there. And what I like to do is I like to go to google.com/fonts, and they have a list of some cool fonts right here, right? And we can just kind of scroll around and see if we find something. So I kind of like this Oswald font, looks pretty good, and I think that's going to be what it is. I think we'll use this Oswald font. Okay, so what we do is we just say I want to add, or I want to use it, right? I'll use it, and then whoops. All right, they changed this around. All right, so I'm going to add the collection, and then I click on, I'm going to download this, and I will just download and install these fonts. If that's going too fast, no big deal, but I previously installed this what did we say it was again? The Oswald font. Okay, So I'll go back to our online editor, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this eyedropper and get the same shade of blue. So this is going to be like a blue and white logo. I'll click on a button, and so it was that RRSO mortgage investor. So we'll make the RRSO, and we're going to scroll around, and we're going to find this Oswald font. If I can scroll just to the right area. Alright, I don't think we have it installed. So we'll find something a little closer. I think I saw a Roboto. So we'll make this bold, and we'll just kind of make this the size we want. Okay, we'll make this RRSO, and then we're going to make the mortgage investor. So we'll just say mortgage investor. And because we said it's blue and white, I'm going to make this just like a really light gray, and I'll make this bold. Maybe I'll make it an italic. So I'm just kind of clicking around and goofing off until we get to what we want. So I'm just going to move this other stuff around, and we need to make a bigger size here. All right, so once we have something in place, we can just kind of play around with it, and I can say, well, I'm going to I can just click and see like if I want to add anything cool here, like this glow, and maybe I'll do something like that, maybe a little bit less of one. But I'm just clicking around and just goofing off until I get to basically what I want. So we've got a little bit of, I guess we'll just leave it alone. All right. So you see how we can click around. And this dude's got a RRSP. So we just kind of click around, and we can just make a half decent logo just with a couple of components by getting the icon on there and by getting a special font, and then we can just play around until we get to the end result we wanted to. We can just do a file, a save, and then we go and save it to our desktop, and then we can use this on our websites. So then we can just save this, save the logo, and then logo, boom. That's how we make a quick logo for our websites. Okay, so we just go to the site called Icon Finder, we grab a Google font, and then we use this online image editor called Pixlr, so that way we can make just a quick 3-minute logo. And once I explain it, then just the process of clicking around is just 3 minutes to just say, okay, I'm going to search Icon Finder to find the right icon. Takes about maybe a minute and a half, maybe another minute to decide on which kind of font you want. The colors are already decided for you, and then the final minute is just dragging around and getting things lined up just the way that you want it. Okay, so that's just a cool way of just clicking around, and you can kind of see by having a template or having a checklist, it makes it almost impossible for you to mess this up. You can just click around and get to the place that you want to go. And so when we're talking about, so that's one possibility, right? You make the logo, you can make a couple of variations, a couple different colors. There's your Fiverr gig right there. But then from what we've seen just from clicking around earlier, the real money was in those graphics, right? And so we saw that we can just get paid $5 to make a quick graphic, or we can get paid $70 just to give them the whole set of graphics. And that just is a matter of, I say, okay, this I'm going to decide what kind of graphic that I want to make. So I'll make this one, this 250 size one. So we click on this, and what we can do is so someone in the audience said they have like a children's writing site. So they didn't say what the name of it is, but what we can do first is, once again, on the right side, these are all templatized, so we just have 1 2 3 4 5 6 things to do, right? We need to if we have a logo, plop one in there. If we don't have one there, then we'll just leave that blank. Okay, so now we need to make the headline, and we can say check our like children's writing site. Okay, and then we'll just position this where we want. And then for the description, then they said their website is called Sunny Book Farm. So we'll say go to Sunny Book Farm whoops, clicked on something. Go to Sunny Book Farm to claim your first few, or your 100% free children's books. Okay. And then we just have to fill in the step 1, step 2, step 3. So step 1, we'll say unlimited, uh, like, I don't know, free membership. We'll make that, well, I guess we'll keep that the size that it is. Step 2, huge library. And then we might say something like tons of content. Okay? And if we really cared, we can mess around with the sizes and all that. But just from literally a minute or two, probably 2 minutes at the most, now we created this whole banner. And we can just say file, save. I'll save this. And we'll make this Sunny Book Farm. So cool. So we just clicked on the template we wanted to start from in our members area, and then once we went there, then there was just a list of the little pieces to customize. The headline, the description, step 1, step 2, step 3, basically the bullet points. And then that's all we had to do. And then we could just save that to our desktop and use it any way we wanted. If we were paid to make that, or we wanted to put it on our website, what we just did was, instead of reinventing the wheel from scratch, then we picked a product, and now we're going to make a banner to give the affiliates or even just to promote on our blog. And we just clicked on the template we wanted, customized it, and then saved to our desktop as a PNG file. If that's a little over your head, that's okay. It's just a thing to look out for. So we can save it, where to save it on our desktop, then it asks what kind of format, PNG, whatever that means. So then we can add it to our website, and if you have a WordPress website like I do, I can just add a WordPress plugin called Image Widget. Okay, so I'm going to add a plugin called Image Widgets. Once that's done, I'll go in the menu to Appearance Widgets, and there's just a screen right there. I can just click on that graphic and put it right on my sidebar. And so we whipped up that affiliate banner. All right, you made the, if I can go and find my editor, we made the Sunny Book Farm graphic, and if I go over to my desktop, it's saved right here as the sunnybookfarm.png. So what I can do is, if I have my blog right here, this WordPress site called robertplank.com, the thing about you having a any kind of a blog, right? If it's a free blog, then chances are you don't have banner graphics promoting either your products or products as an affiliate. And even if you do, well, do you have a membership site? Do you have a paid members area? Well, why don't you put the banner ads for your other products in that members area? If you're not having that, you're missing on a couple of extra sales you could be having every single week. So we can go to this Robert Plank site. I'm going to my WordPress area, and what I'll do is I'll go to this plugins, add new, and then once this loads, I'm going to search for Image Widget. Okay, so now it says 400,000 people use this Image Widget plugin. So I click on Install Now. It's installed, and I've activated it. Okay, so now we have this thing called the Image Widget. And now I can go to this Appearance Widgets. And if this is a little too much clicking around, if this is a little over your head, that's okay. It's just a matter of, we made it so that we can easily add an image to our website right here. So we can scroll down, and there's this image widget. Okay, and what I can just do is drag it over to my sidebar if it lets me. All right, I want to get it up here. Here we go, image widget. Okay, so now on our sidebar near the top, we will have this image. So I can say select an image, and I will go upload, and I'm just uploading this graphic, the Sunny Book Farm graphic, right from my desktop. Okay, I don't have to do any kind of FTP or anything like that. I just clicked on, I'm going to upload this graphic, insert into widget, and then cool, now I can see exactly how this is going to look. And then what I can do is, I don't want to have a title, but what I do want is this to have a link. So I'll say, let's go to sunnybookfarm.com if that's the link, and then we can either say open in a new, open in a new window. All right, so now we'll just save that. Just by knowing what to click on, now we can visit the site, And then check that out. Now we have our WordPress blog, and then over on the sidebar we have our graphic. And so, I mean, you could have 5 or 10 of these all just for your other products, or swap these out, or do whatever the heck that you want with them. But it's just a matter of knowing what to click on, and there's no coding, no Photoshop, no FTP. Just click on the template you want, save it to your desktop, and then use this image widget plugin. Just put it on the sidebar of your WordPress blog. Okay, so that's all we had to do to make an affiliate banner. Just click, customize, save, and then put it in the WordPress widget. Okay, and so you're starting to see how we can just click around and then get this stuff done. We have an affiliate banner. Why start from scratch? You already have these designs already made. Just customize the title and the bullet points and stuff. And so now that we're getting into these graphics templates, now we can really use this of any kind of graphic that we want. So inside of this members area, this thing called graphic dashboard, we have these affiliate banners, right? And so like I showed you for a few of these, you click on the one that you want. So you figure out, like, based on the size and based on the colors and the graphic, you click on what you want and you fill in the text. And if later on you want to get fancy and change this orange color to a red or a blue or something, you can. But just to get out of the gate, just to get something finished, you can just click on it, and you saw in a couple of minutes, just change the text, save it, and call it a day. So what we can do also are these different kinds of box graphics and DVD graphics too. And I want to show you how cool this is. Okay, so basically what we can do is I can click on one of these graphics here, and this might take a second because it's a huge file. Whoops, didn't take very long at all. And you might have seen these kinds of like 3D kind of graphics things where it looks like it's like standing in a image, right? Standing in a DVD case or things like that. And so this is one of those things where it really helps to make a sales letter pop, because I mean, these days sales letters are becoming more and more graphics heavy. So how cool would it be? And let me just test the waters here, and let me see how popular this kind of service would be on Fiverr. I want to say maybe like a 3D DVD case, or maybe DVD case. So 47 people. I'll make your DVD cover into 3D case cover. So there's all these people who do this, and let me see what people charge, because we can have so for this one, this person just charges $5. But once again, if you want to throw in a good image, if you want to also have the flat cover, now it's $20 for just a couple minutes of, if you want to call it work, you can, but it's a couple minutes of clicking around and having fun. So here's what I mean. It's this kind of 3D DVD case, and in the past, you'd have to either know a lot about Photoshop, or you'd have to get a special kind of software or special kinds of Photoshop plugins. But now it's free to figure it out just by using this thing called the graphics dashboard. So we have CD and box covers and stuff. But what I want to do is I want to make one of my covers also be in this DVD case right here, right? Whoops, let me reset this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, if I kind of zoom around here, I want to basically stretch the cover that I'm given and make it 3D. So here's what I can do, is I can go to one of my so I have my different DVD templates and stuff like that, right? Like I have my backup creator one, and I'll right click and I will copy link address. Okay, right click, copy link address from the members area so I can grab the template. I'll go back to my graphic editor. I'll go File, Open Image URL, and I'll right click and I'll paste in that thing that I just grabbed off the members area. Okay, so this will take a second. Now it's done. And so now basically I have this. I wish I could kind of make this, if I full screen this, will it give me more room? Maybe not. Zoom to full screen. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to stretch out this flat thing onto this DVD case. So what I do is I've got this all ready to go, and I will flatten this, and I will select this, and I will copy this front cover graphic, switch over to my DVD, and I will paste this in, and I will resize it a little bit. Okay, so you can see like we're almost there. I have this flat cover and this like tilted kind of 3D looking DVD case. I want to somehow stretch my cover on the DVD case. So what I can do is I can go this edit free distort and then just position the corners of this over on the corners of the DVD case. And I think this is a little bit in the way, so let me show you again. Edit, free, distort. And so I'm just making sure to carefully position the corner of each of these things. And there's another corner, and there's another corner. So I mean that's pretty easy to do, right? I mean, can you drag four corners onto where they should be? Well, of course. So I mean, would it be worth it to get paid $5 for that? If 10 or 20 of those piled up, could you just knock out 10 of those in half an hour and get your couple $100? Well, sure. And if they want the flat version, if they want the layered version, if they want the high quality version, now it's 20, 30, $40, and you just say, well, cool, I'm done here, and then I'll just save this, and this is going to be a huge, huge file. So what we can do is we can flatten this again, and then change the size of the image to something like 400, and now we've got all that. And then if we zoom in, okay, so now we'll have a save this, and we'll now have our graphic, and now that's it's small enough to fit on any kind of web page. So I'll just save this as backup creator 3D or 3D cover, and I'll just save that, and I'll save it to my desktop. And so now that's just something where I can use that over and over again, okay? And I don't have to use Photoshop or really know that much. I just clicked on a couple of different tools. I just went down the checklist for transforming a flat cover into a DVD cover. Okay, so there's a couple things to that: the template and the checklist, and just knowing which tools to do what it is that you want to do. So once you got that down, I mean, if you and now it's at the point where dragging four corners onto a template, 1 minute seems like a long time to do that. You can probably do it in a couple of seconds once you got the hang of it. Okay, so you're starting to see a pattern. Templates. There's no point in starting from scratch anymore, especially when you're creating graphics for your own websites, affiliate sites, or freelancing for those kinds of people. So you can open up one of my templates. You saw, you just click. Now you have a really good starting point. If you want to be real hands-on and fancy and advanced, you can use your own. You saw how we also today whipped together a logo from scratch. So you either whip something together from scratch or use my template as a starting point. And you can open up one of my 3D boxes like I showed you how we just opened that up and then dragged the corners over that. Okay, so when I show you this graphic dashboard, so we did that for this DVD template. But if you wanted to have a DVD at a different angle, or a CD, or a big thick box, it's the same idea. You put one on top of each other and then use that tool to stretch it out so that now, cool, you've turned a 2D graphic into a 3D graphic for for banners or for websites or whatever it is. So it's pretty simple. Once you know to go to that free distort, now you just stretch the graphic over the box and it's done. So that was how we made that quick 1 minute 3D box cover. So it looks pretty easy, right? Just list your skills on job sites. So if you can just list on one of those jobs, and you saw that just from randomly clicking on a few sight unseen workers on these sites, some of them had 7 to 10 orders in the queue. And most of these, sure, if there were cheapskate buyers, they could just pay $5 for a real quick job. But to actually get the changes people want, even though on the surface sites like Fiverr look like a place to just make $5, the average transaction gets more into $20 or $30 or more. So what if you had just one of these jobs with 7 to 10 orders in the queue for $20 or $30 or more? Well, then how many different kinds of listings would you create? You'd make a logo listing, you'd make a remove background listing, you'd make an affiliate banner listing, you'd make a 3D box cover listing, and guess what? You make the quick listing. If it doesn't pay off, no big deal. You make a different listing or just try things, different things until you get it. So how about this? Well, how much does a logo cost? Well, if I go to sites like, if I bring this up, if I go to sites like 99designs.com, right? There are these contests, and uh, usually the contest ends up being, 400 bucks, 300 bucks. They have a ready-made version, so 99 Designs ready-made, but just like it sounds like, if I scroll through, all of these logos cost $99 not customized, or $99 non-exclusive, or $199 to have them be exclusive. So people would have to pay $200 to be able to use this logo customized, and then no one else could have their logo. There's a site where we used to get our banners made called $20 banners. Sounds great, right? Kinda, except for when you realize that, well, usually you're going to get banners of different sizes made, right? For one size for Facebook, one size for AdWords, one size for a banner, one size for a blog sidebar. So then once you realize, well, shoot, if I'm getting, 6 banners made or 10 banners made, well, now it's not $20 banners, it's $200 banners. Okay, and we even saw how earlier there was that email from Amazon where they said something like $137 to get that made. So a logo or a banner, I mean, we're talking hundreds of dollars, and that's even the cheap rate. But now it's free for you to make. You don't need Photoshop. You use my templates. You click. You customize what you want. And affiliate banners, like we said, whether you're an affiliate or you're a product creator or you're a freelancer, now you have that extra income stream. And what if you just made one affiliate banner and it just made you one $97 sale per week? That adds up. That's worth the 10 seconds it takes when you start from a template. And then this attention grabbing sales letter twist where you make the 3D box covers. I think that I paid for one $300 solution for a 3D box cover, and then another one that was about like 150. But now it's free for you inside of this graphics dashboard. I put this all together in an easy to understand template driven graphics dashboard where you saw there was the members area. You click on the thing you want, and then boom, now you're editing that image. It's all a dashboard of graphics, and it's called Graphic Dashboard. Okay, and at graphicdashboard.com, it contains everything you need to make money from your existing money making websites, or everything you need to make money without a website, or both. I'm talking about affiliate banners, 3D box covers, physical graphics for if you want to sell physical DVDs, if you want to have a Kindle book, you want to sell a physical book on Amazon, if you want to sell a printed manual on a site called Lulu. It's all in one place. It's all point and click simple, and it doesn't require Photoshop. I didn't do any Photoshop today, and in fact, it's better if you don't use Photoshop because there's all the things that would normally confuse you. So we have this thing called Graphics Dashboard, and right here, log in the members area are all the affiliate banners. You're adding more every day. You click on the one you want. You customize the text to what you want. If you have your DVD cover, you just take your graphic and stretch it out to the corners you want. And we have templates for just the right size if you want to have this for a DVD case or to print on the actual CD disc. You just click and you customize that particular template. Okay, so in our course called Graphic Dashboard, which includes not just the training but also the templates and the tools, we're going to show you how to create those affiliate banners. We're going to show you how to now get an instant income using your new skills by listing what you can do on these job sites. And guess what? Price it at whatever you want. The worst that can happen is no sales. The best that can happen is now you have this extra income that you can just do in a couple of minutes and then make all this extra money. Digital 3D covers so that you have something more in your skill set once again for your own sales letters or promoting as an affiliate or on a blog or something. And then physical product graphics so that now you can take literally anything, buy resale rights or record an audio or record a video and then burn it to a DVD, and then now you have the graphics you can use to sell those again. We're setting up a directory where we're going to list everyone who has these special skills. You get all the banner templates we showed you today, the templates for having an Amazon digital book and an Amazon physical book, and sell a CD and DVD, and it's all included. No more of this paying $137 or $300 or $500 every time you want to get a new template made. We'll give you these easy assignments after each session, so that way we say, here's how to make affiliate banners. Now just follow this checklist for you to follow along as well. Video and audio training available 24 hours a day. We're coming up with transcripts for this so you can view or print anytime. Checklists, lifetime access. So, graphic dashboard, affiliate banners, instant income, 3D covers, and physical products with listing in our directory, banner templates, Kindle and CreateSpace templates, CD and DVD templates with an assignment after each lesson. So you get it all for a total value today of $49.61.00. But is it a shock to you that you don't have to pay $4,900 today? Well, I mean, it shouldn't be, right? So it's not even $697 because I wanted to make this course cheaper than Photoshop, right? Photoshop normally costs, either you can pay hundreds of dollars, or I guess now you can get locked into some kind of monthly recurring thing. But either way, Photoshop is too advanced for most people. There's too many places to get distracted. So it's not even $497 or $397 or $297 to get graphic dashboard today. It's not $197, it's not $97, it's not $47, it's not $37, it's not $27. It's just $17 today at www.graphicdashboard.com. But you know what? Do you think I could do maybe like a little bit better? Can I? Just slightly? How about this? It's just $7 today at www.graphicdashboard.com. Okay? Like, seriously, let's go. www.graphicdashboard.com. I'm going to show you what you'll see once you get there. So I'm going to log out. So here is graphicdashboard.com, and it showed you everything we talked about today, right? The different modules, the different templates that we can give you, where you can just click on one, customize it to the way you want, and then you can save it and use it any place that you want. Instant income streams, you can actually make quick money from those new skills if you want. Make 3D covers, and then we give you the templates for selling DVDs and books as well. Okay, and all the bonuses we talked about, everything right now at graphicdashboard.com, just $7, and it comes with a 30-day no questions asked priority guarantee. So click on it, try us out. If you don't like it for any reason or no reason at all, then you can quit and get your money back. There's no problem with that at all. So go right now, go ahead, do it right now. Go to www.graphicdashboard.com, graphicdashboard.com. I'm Robert Plank, and I look forward to seeing what kind of cool stuff you whip up with our training, with our course, and with our templates. Affiliate banners, 3D templates, physical products, and apply that all to either use it for your own sites, or promoting as an affiliate, or making money as a freelancer. Pretty easy, and this is right there in the sweet spot that people are willing to pay for money for this, but it's not too over the head of you using this to get a brand new stream of income. So go right now at graphicdashboard.com. I'm Robert Plank from graphicdashboard.com. I look forward to seeing you inside the members area of graphicdashboard.com. I'm Robert Plank, and thank you.